This is about sexual dysfunction. This video is not about stuttering. But in a way, it still is about stuttering, because I will draw some connections. But the main reason why I want to make this video is to allow you to see we all go through our own challenges. Just because I'm at the spot where I am now, where I had a severe stutter, severe on and off stutter, doesn't mean there's no stresses in my life. Doesn't mean there's no challenges that I'm going through. Doesn't mean I'm perfect. Doesn't mean I'm always happy now. No, there's still challenges. There's still triumphs. There's still things I have to overcome. But the speaking and expressing myself verbally comes effortlessly now. But I want to explain something that hasn't come effortless to me and what I've been going through to overcome it, and just share with you an inside look into my life and share with you a challenge that I'm facing now. I wouldn't even view it as a challenge now. I see it as such an opportunity, but for lack of a better word, let's just say opportunity. Okay. So what it is, growing up, sex to me has never been enjoyable. It's never been something that I look forward to. The only reason why I would trick myself that this is something I'm looking forward to is because this is what I've seen on social media. This is what I've seen growing up. This is what social pressure has taught me, is that sex is something that means you're the man. It means you're good. It means you're doing good. If you can have sex with a girl, this means you're a fucking man. And that's the only reason why I thought I enjoyed sex, was because of the validation I felt that, hey, I'm having sex tonight, and I know some people are, I know my friends are, and I'm having sex, and she's cute. And that's what would make me feel good. But really, the act of sex didn't make me feel good. It was never enjoyable for me. It was always full of stress. It was always full of panic. It was always full of worry. It was always full of insecurity. And usually, I would bust within a minute. I would be so anxious that I would bust so quickly. And that would leave me feeling very guilty and full of shame because I feel like I let her down. And this relationship with sex carried on for so many years, to the point where I thought I might have been asexual. I thought, because sex to me was the result, the outcome of sex was always shame and always guilt. And if it wasn't that, if I lasted longer for some reason, it would feel like I dodged a bullet. It'd be like, fucking next time, I just put the bar up here, I'm gonna let her down next time. And there was still fear, still fear coming up. And of course so this caused me to think I may have been asexual, which is like, I can't actually define asexual, but it's just like, you don't want to have sex, you don't have that drive to have sex. It's no desire to you to have sex. I thought I might have been asexual because of all the experiences I had, the negative experiences that I had with sex, I connected to sex. So anytime I thought this may lead to sex, I may sabotage the relationship, or I would not even be fucking enjoying the sex because I'd be thinking so much about not coming, about hold on, don't bust too quick. And it was never enjoyable. Never enjoyable for me. So I decided I need to fucking work on this. I need to work on expressing myself and feeling pleasure and being out of my head and being in my body during sex, because I've had experiences. I've had many experiences where I actually last long, I perform well, and I just feel it's like, it's there. I know I can last long. So I know I have it in me. It's just those are the times I'm out of my head. And this is the connection with stuttering, is you already know you can't speak. You just have to get out of your head and put yourself into that state where you know you can speak. And that's what I help people with. And even though I knew that's what I needed to do with sex, even though I knew I needed to get out of my head, be in my body, be present, stop caring so much about the other person, about what they're thinking, stop trying to please them, even though I knew that with sex, and I needed to overcome the same things with speaking, there's some type of fucking obstacle still in the way for me achieving that. From achieving the results I wanted. So I hired a coach. I don't know how to explain this coach. It could be a tantric coach, a fucking spirit guide, embodied philosopher. Like, he is just an amazing mentor. And his name is Lion Galban. I'll link him down. I'll link his Instagram down in the bio. And I've been working with him. And I'm not going to get into everything we're working on, but I want to share with you the results. We have a 3-month program, and I've been working like just under 2 months with him. And I swear to God, holding hands with a girl now is more enjoyable than sex was before. I feel so much more pleasure, so much more safety, so much more knowing. And the reason why this is because right now I'm in celibacy, meaning I can't have sex. For the past 2 months, it's been that way. Because in order to feel safe, express myself in such a vulnerable place with a lot of insecurities, such as in like having sex, I must be able to show my intimacy and express my intimacy and feel my pleasure all the way up there, all the way up to the sex. I can't just go straight into the sex. And when I don't feel anything, I'd be too stifled, I'd be too scared, I'd be too worried, I'd fear too much. Again, that's the same thing with your speech. That's the same thing that I went through, that I help all my clients, is you don't just go to the biggest fucking challenge, you work your way up progressively. And you would think I would know how to do this. If I've done it with my speech, I can do it with sex. But there's something about being in the lens of your life, being the person living your life. There's people outside that has gone through the work you have gone through that can pick apart and expose you to the obstacles you may be facing. And that's why this tantric coach has been so amazing, is because he's exposed me to where I'm losing my power, where I'm losing my authenticity. And in this celibacy stage, I already know I beat this. I already know I beat this, because the goal was never to have good sex. The goal is to feel completely connected during sex. The goal is to feel so connected during sex, and if the person is right for my life that I'm having sex with, then they will also be fucking astounded by this experience of sex. That is the goal. And it's the same thing with your speech. The goal isn't to have perfect speech. The goal is to feel so fucking connected that no matter what happens, you will, no shame, no doubt, no anger, no frustration will arise, no anxiety. And if the person's right for your life, they won't be fucking bothered by it at all, by your stutter. And when you feel that connected to other people, you don't stutter. You stutter very, 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 very minimally at best, at worst. And I know I beat it is because I feel so fucking connected. And I've worked my way up with different people these last 2 months to the stage of sex, but not having sex, all the way up to everything you do up to sex. And I feel so fucking connected. Like, it's an experience I've never felt before. The pleasure that the slow build, intimate, touching, sensual, just breathing, just every sensory output you can think of, touching, feeling, smelling, everything is so fucking rich and there's so much pleasure in it. And that has never been the case for me with sex at all, in any sexual experience. I've never been so fucking consumed by another person that I forget about my thoughts. And again, I just, like, this was such a big obstacle in my life, and I want to share this with you because I'm not perfect. I still have challenges. But in these last 2 months, it's been the most happy, most fulfilling 2 months of my life. And it's not because I'm having amazing sex. It's because I'm working on something that has been an obstacle in my life forever. And thinking back to the times where I worked on my stutter, those months of deep work on my stutter were so fucking fulfilling. Not because I was fluent, but because I was seeing steady progress. And I knew this progress wasn't like a speech technique. I knew this wasn't something that was just gonna go. I have it for a bit and it goes. I know its progress was changing my core beliefs, changing the way I viewed myself, changing the way I expressed myself, changing the way and the feeling of how safe I feel to express myself openly. And that's my goal in life, is to express myself authentically and openly in every situation. And that's why I'm hiring these coaches. That's why I'm working with clients who stutter, so that it's not just for them, but it's also for me to remind me of all the steps that I went through, so it ingrains in my brain so fucking much of what to do every day. And if I don't live up to that standard that I'm giving my clients, that I'm giving you, then I will feel fake. I won't be happy. So that's why I do what I do, and that's why I'm sharing this with you. That rhyme is because no matter what you're going through, no matter what struggles are in your life, there are people out there that can help you, that can. And there's no point of living life at 30% satisfaction. There's no point of living life at 50, 60, 70% satisfaction. There's people out there that have the answers to what you're looking for. And if it's stuttering, I promise you there's no one better than me to come to. That's a flat out promise. If it's anything sexual, go to my tantra coach I'm working with. He's expensive, but go to him. And anything else you will be able to find. You will be able to find anybody. Just look for them. And life is fucking fulfilling, not when you reach your goal, but when you're working on your goal. Fuck, life is exciting. You wake up inspired and ready to fucking take on the day. Just within the first day, like when we have our first call on week 1, you won't feel as inspired and as rushed and alive in the past years as you would on the first day we begin. You see the blueprint, you see what we're gonna do, and it just becomes so clear what you need to do today to work on this. And in the 3 months, you can actually see how you're gonna overcome it. And there's no better feeling than having a lifelong problem, a lifelong challenge, seeing the blueprint of how to overcome it and seeing what you need to do each and every day to overcome it. And I'm always here for you. We can always message once we work together. All right. So that's how I work with clients, and that's what I've been going through in the last 2 months with my busting too quickly. But that's the surface level, the very outcome that comes from not feeling safe, not feeling enough in an intimate situation. That's just the outcome, is busting too quick, but there's so much going on, and that's what we work with Lion, his name is, and that's what we work with you, with speech. We don't work on the stutter. We work on what's actually going on, the fear, doubt, and anxiety that stops you from feeling enough and stops you from feeling safe to express yourself authentically everywhere you go. Okay, I love you. If you want to work with me, or you want to have the opportunity and see if we would be a good fit, look at the closest link down below in the description, and there's my website. You can book a call with me, free, and then I'll also link Lion's website. He doesn't know I'm doing this. He just fucking changed my life, and I want to show you guys all to him too. So that's Lion right below me. So I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.